Hey everyone! Hi, Christian from Uncover the News. Larry girl, Linda B. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah. So, just gonna offer up a quick prayer to the universal spirit. Okay, hi Twaina, Wendy K, NES, B Harrison, hello. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's cold, isn't it? Judy Malley, hello. Michelle Peterson, GM Dave, hello. Yeah, I just felt I'd take a little bit of a break on Wednesday. I wasn't feeling unwell or anything, just a bit tired, so I thought I'd take a bit of a break. So hi Lisa Wilkinson, Zelda, hi, Kathy W, J Cat Lady, hi. It is cold. It is cold. Like more ears. Are they on the right way around? Yes, they are. I got the cat ears on today. I misplaced them months ago. So yeah, yeah, so it is cold here. I'm just going to go and put something on my feet. Okay, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Won't be long. Oh. So I thought we would just kick right into it and have a look at Trump first off. And everyone, I am fine. Thank you so much for the good wishes and everything. Just, you know, was feeling a little bit drained, so thought I'd take a break. Yes, isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? It's a Pusheen headband, you know, Pusheen the little cat. And yeah, so nice coffee here. I also had a big tidy up yesterday and rearranged this dining area with the desk at my end and stuff. So might get the usual deck I use for Trump. Oh, you got them, yes. Yeah, I'm glad that you got them. Haven't heard back from the other person who won the cards, the other deck. I can't remember her name, but hopefully she got them. I'm pleased that they didn't take too long to get to you. So, yeah. So, hi, Connie Brown. Edith, hello. So we're going to start out by looking at Trump. What is happening with Trump today? I finally got myself some Palo Santo sticks. and a little bowl to do some smudging with and stuff. So, yeah, it would take to override Trump's veto 2/3 of the Senate. I think 67 of the Senate, and that won't happen. He's just signed 4 executive orders. You're going to get more Social Security, but he's cut $200 a week off it. I was just reading on that. So he said that, you know, the Dems were dragging their feet, blah, blah, blah. And yeah. So what's happening with Trump today or this weekend? What's going on in his head? Wheel of Fortune reversed. So as much as he wants to try and stop things, he can't. But also, he's trying to block what is going to inevitably happen because he's a dick. 9 of Swords reversed. He's very, very anxious at the moment. More anxiety than normal. In fact, he's so anxious he can't really control it. This is extreme anxiety. Just because this card is reversed doesn't mean that it's not as bad as it would be this way up. No, it's extreme, and he knows what he needs to do to lighten that load, but he won't do it. It's all, yeah, very much, you know, I'm in charge, blah, blah, blah. He had a chance to deal with these problems and he's wasted it. So, you know, he's brought this on himself. There was time to deal with what was bothering him, and he's just totally wasted that time. Time and time again, he's been offered ways out, and couldn't be bothered. So his challenge at the moment is to avoid heartache. Again, this one's up reversed as well. He's got to let go. His challenge is to just let it go and walk away. But he's not going to do that. This is what he should do. He's got to accept things. His challenge is accepting things. 3 of Swords, okay? At the base here, the Hangman. He's trying to delay. He's trying to find ways to delay things. Classic Trump. He can't stop the wheel. He can't stop what's happening. So he's going to try and delay it. Yeah. Again, bad luck, delays. He's losing ground. This is the Wheel of Fortune upside down, remember? So he's going to be trying to delay things. His past actions leading up to where he's a Queen of Cups. He's just emotionally unstable. He's the worst of the worst. He's out of control. He's disturbed. He's all over the place. And his staff have been trying to deal with that very unsuccessfully. What's above him at the moment? The Queen of Wands, Nancy, and Congress. No matter where he turns, there they are. There they are. Hi, Egypt. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Cappy's mum, hi. Yeah, no matter where he turns, Nancy and Congress, and Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi and Congress, which includes the Senate as well. His immediate future, what's happening in his immediate future, this is just in the environment for him at the moment. Love this. He's going to try and make new partnerships with people, forge new relationships. Yeah, either that or he's going to try and rekindle a relationship a partnership that's failing. Now, the little snippets I've seen of Mitch McConnell tell people to do this or do that, do what they need to do, blah, blah, blah. It sounds like that maybe his relationship with the Republican Party is failing and souring. So he's going to try and forge a new one with them or rekindle the one he's had. What's in his environment at the moment? This is the Hermit. It's reversed. He's suspicious of everyone. He's impatient. It just, no matter what he does, it's going to be stupid. It's going to be foolish. It's going to isolate him from others. He's just, no matter what he does, it's not going to help. He won't seek assistance. He won't ask for help in any way for anything. And all of this is, leaving him more and more isolated. So basically he's a victim of his own arrogance and his own folly. What do people see? Someone who is so focused on getting things the way they want them that they just can't see what's going on. And they just can't see the stagnation, and they can't see that him winning the presidency back is not going to happen. No, he's so focused on he can't see reality. Oh, here's reality in the back, behind him. All this fog is closing him around him, but he can't see it. He's ignoring it, and it's going to suffocate him. This is what people see. Someone who's not in touch with reality, and someone who can't see he hasn't got a chance. His hopes and fears. He's hoping, he's really, really hoping that he can work it out and stay where he is. But he's fearing that it's just not going to work. None of his efforts are going to succeed. This is the Knight of Pentacles. He should be being cautious, but no. Yeah. In this case, it's he wants to find the right measure, but no matter what he does, he's not going to succeed. There's many ways in which to interpret the Knight of Pentacles, and that's one of them. So that's his hopes and fears. What's the outcome for him this week? The Fool reversed. It's same thing. No movement forward. The Fool is the start of the new journey forward. This is reversed. It's just stagnation. It's just, there is a lot of stagnation happening in this spread for him. He's stuck. he's put himself into a position he cannot get out of, or he's had multiple chances to get out of, and now I don't think he's going to have any more without being forced out. Yes, Sparkle Farts wants to say hello. So yeah. Hi, Becca. Shwana Westover, hello. Or Shauna, sorry. Oh, hi, Becca. How is Moose? Moose is absolutely gorgeous. What a beautiful dog. And what a beautiful person you are to take in. What is your third rescue from the track? Just, oh. Yeah, Sparkle Farts. That's both my little unicorn. Okay. Now, it appears that Biden has missed another deadline to name his VP. I just saw the headline there, so I didn't really have a chance to read the article, which is good. Maybe sometimes just seeing the headline is all I need, is all I should do. So I thought I might read on that and find out what's going on. Why hasn't he named his VP yet? Sorry. Don't know what Trump thinks he can achieve by forcing someone in the US to, or trying to force someone in the US to buy TikTok. They'll just do what they have to do to ensure they follow the rules, and yeah. Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. I've got the Mystic Mondays deck here by Grace Duong. We'll have a look at that. So why hasn't I don't think it's going to be Michelle. Connie, I don't think Michelle Obama, I don't think she wants to go there. At least not yet. Nobody likes to have the pressure on them of being the great hope of a situation. I'm just going to move the catty ears a bit. There we go. Yes, I saw that too. Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. Who else has joined that I haven't seen your name? Hi, Connie Brown. I said hello earlier. GM Dave, hi. Yeah. That was bad shuffling. Hi, Annie. Yes, if I didn't say hello earlier, I think I did, but you know. Okay, why hasn't Biden named his VP pick? Glenn Kirschner. I'll have a look at him as well. We spend a lot of time looking at the a-holes and not enough looking at some of the good people. Graham's being diplomatic. He appreciates Trump's orders but would much prefer a congressional agreement. Yeah, saying, well, yeah. Hi, Florito. Anyway, why has Biden not named his VP? First thing that still a little bit reluctant. That's what passed through my mind. Still a bit of reluctance on the part of the person. Right, let's have a look. How cold is it? Oh. It's friggin' cold this morning. We're only going to get to like 18 degrees centigrade here, or Celsius. So why is Biden still hasn't named? There's still some conflict about who. There's still some disagreement happening. He wants someone. It's not who they originally planned on having. Yeah, something came out in the checks that sort of, this is the tower. So we've got 5 of Wands, 2 of Wands in the tower. So when they were doing the vetting, something came out that sort of toppled that person who they originally planned. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. We've got a reversal. There aren't any in this deck, or not that I know of. So Queen of Swords reversed. Somebody's made some accusations against the person that aren't true. And that's got to be cleared up. They don't have the facts to support it, but it's caused some of that conflict there. 8 of Wands, it's going to be resolved relatively quickly, okay? King of Swords. They're comfortable. This is the person they've got is ethical, analytical, articulate, really, really smart. And they're comfortable in that world. They're comfortable in that world. So just because it's a king of Swords, doesn't mean that it can't be a woman. Queen of Wands. This person's got a lot of energy, positive, intuitive, very self-assured. Knight of Wands, but it's reversed. But I think some people are feeling like they're trying, this person tries a bit too hard, so they come off as a little bit insincere. So that's one of the issues. Yeah, in the end, this is a very wise person who can help fulfill the agenda of the Democrats. So it's someone who has a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom, and that they can help get the agenda, meet the agenda of the new government. But yeah, somebody's come up and said, "Hey, but," and in the original, it's not the person they originally planned. Something happened in the deep vetting or whatever that caused a bit of a tower. It could have been, there was quite a bit of conflict there, and then there's been some conflict over some accusations that had no proof, that are just bull. And as to when he's going to name the pick, well, he's going to have to do it soon, unless they're waiting for the Republicans to see what the Republicans do. I'll ask that question. I'll ask that question. Hi, Catherine Bush. Hello. What? Carlson from TV said putting a black VP in is illegal? Tucker Carlson's an idiot. Are they waiting? So there has been some internal conflict with getting the right person. Are they waiting for the Republicans to show their hand with who they will formally nominate? Ace of Swords. They're just waiting. They're waiting on the Republicans, who are stagnating at the moment, who are dragging their feet. They're feeling embattled. They don't want the King of Pentacles, and they know it's time to get rid of him. They want someone they actually want someone who is like the person that the Democrats have in mind, the same sort of qualities, but they don't really have that person. In fact, they want someone. They're dragging their feet to see who the Democrats are going to get, to see if they can either bring them down or find someone equivalent. But yeah, stagnation. The Hanged Woman, stagnation. They're dragging their feet. They're waiting. They're waiting to see what the Republicans do. You know, they have to name the person. I think they have to name the person by a certain time. So, you know, whoever they name, the Republicans are going to trash. And hello, Joan Morey. Welcome. Hi. How is Sarah Jane? Hi, Nancy Lee. Dawn Amato. Hello. Glenn Kirschner. Oh, sorry, that's just the alarm on my phone. I'll go turn it on. You thought it'd be muffled. You thought my phone would have been muffled, hadn't fallen down between the cushions. Yeah, just as loud as ever. It's a very loud phone. Okay. So Cy Vance. Who's Cy Vance? Nancy Lee? When are the indictments going to happen? Let's look. But first, Glenn Kirschner. Let's have a look at Glenn Kirschner. Is he going to have a role in the administration? He is so good to watch. If he does something, he's going to make it clear that you know why it's happening. The Manhattan DA. Oh, we'll have a look at that too. Cy Vance. Manhattan DA indictments. Wow, mouse. I just saw Connie Brown's comment asking Becca what the mouse in the scythe is. The mouse is theft, isn't it, Becca? And the scythe is cutting off of theft. So anyway, Glenn Kirschner. Let's have a look at Glenn Kirschner. Is he going to play a role in the new administration? Oh, that's a big yes. I just got lots and lots of, he's going to launch lots and lots of investigations, or he's going to be in charge of a lot of investigations. Definitely part of a new journey, part of a new cycle for him. I'm hearing the word special prosecutor over and over and over. And yes, nobody, oh God, but he would make an awesome special prosecutor. Support. He's going to have all the tools he needs, invest into the betrayal and the betrayal with America's resources. He's going to be in charge of, I don't think he's going to be the AG, but he's going to be in charge of federal indictments. He's going to be special prosecutor to all the investigations that are going to be about, and all the people getting charged with the abuses of power from this administration. He's going to be sending people to jail. He's going to be sending people to jail. America's halfway in love with him already. They're going to fall the rest of the way in love with him. I think he might end up as a special prosecutor, and he is going to be sending people to the big house. Nancy Lee, I don't think it'll be a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. I think he'll be in charge of prosecutions, and you know, uncover the news at Illinois School District banning students from wearing pajamas. I actually can't see anything wrong with that, because if they're doing online classes, it's not healthy just to lie around in pajamas all day. And I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't know how they can enforce it. I just think it's good to encourage to get up, get dressed, go to school, do school during school hours. And part of that is maybe not having to wear uniform, but at least wearing proper clothes, not pajamas. I think it's healthier. I've got no problem with them doing that. It's not acceptable school apparel. So, yeah. Hi, Estelle. I think that's a bit of a nothing burger. Yeah. They should have to get dressed in shirts and, proper clothes. Hi, Bismo. Estelle, hello. Volume 5. Is there really a first? I'm going to ask, is there really a volume 5? I thought there was only ever 2 volumes. Hi, Estelle. Is there a volume 5? Yeah, there is. Details are going to be shared about it with it. So we've got the world. We've got the 6 of coins, the sharing of that knowledge and partnerships, but only to a few people. It's not going to be it's going to remain largely under wraps. It's not going to be made widely. It's not going to be made public, and not for nefarious reasons. I think they're going to let out some things about it to, keep things calm so people don't panic. But there's a lot of details. Due diligence. Due diligence. They're going to take due diligence over it. They're holding back. They're going to hold back on it. I think it's going to be pertinent to a lot of investigations and support a lot of investigations in the future. That's the king too. The King of Wands. The Empress. There's going to be a lot about that. Oh, look, the sun. There's going to be some stuff that's illuminated, but they're still going to keep a lot back because it's going to be pertinent to investigations. So don't stress about volume 5. Don't stress about it. You may not hear, you might hear bits and pieces of it, but it's not going to be widely available. It's not going to be widely available to the public or anything. It's only going to be a few agreed parties who get to look at it because there's a lot in it that's going to be pertinent to further investigation. Okay, I'm going to ask, will there be unequivocal evidence come out? Will unequivocal evidence come out that shows Trump cheated in 2016? Hi, Teresa Cole. Putin's not planning anything with Trump. That's what just went through my head. He's got enough of his own worries. So will there be unequivocal evidence? There's evidence there, but they're hanging on really, really tightly. It's still being hidden. It's still being... Six of Swords, King of Wands. Yes. We've got the World, we've got the Star, we've got the Three of Pentacles, group work, things being held close to chest. But we've got the Six of Swords, which is a transitional card, a period of transition for Trump. The Lovers, work to making the Emperor. Yes, it will come to light. It will come to light. We've got the Knight of Swords as well. Everyone's going to be running around like, bah, 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 when you're be a little bit chaotic for a while, but it will come to light. When? I don't know. I've given up on trying to predict when something will happen. Just, yeah. Oh, how much longer does Kavanaugh have on SCOTUS? Oh. I think that when the new administration gets in, they're going to review all the appointments that were made. It's Saturday there, isn't it, Nancy Lee? So it would, if it's tomorrow your time, it'd be August 9th when, yeah, that's right, yeah. I don't think you don't expect a emulation from Trump. What was I reading? What was I going to look at? Oh, Kavanaugh. Now have a look. Will there be a review of all judicial appointments under the new administration? There's going to be some loss. Tower. Yes, changes. The Empress. Yes, there is. A few, some of the appointees are going to lose their office. Some will be able to stay because despite their views or whatever, they have done a good job and they are qualified. The ones who aren't qualified, yeah, they're going to have to show cause. So this replies, this one I'm reading, I've got the Tower, Death, the Empress, the Four of Swords, Hope, Four of Pentacles, Six of Wands, the Sun, 10 of Pentacles. So look, some of the appointees will be able to stay. They'll be able to hang on to their appointee, to their appointment, because they were qualified and they have done a good job and done, you know, but a lot are going to end up losing, having to retire. Like I said, some are going to be able to stay. But they're going to review all the appointments. And what they're going to review is not just the circumstances of the appointment, the hearings for confirmation, that's going to be reviewed, the answers, and the job they've done, and whether they were qualified. They're qualified to do the job and they've done a pretty good job, regardless of how they got in, they'll probably stay. But if they, the big one, yeah, I think Kavanaugh is definitely going to be reviewed. Make Kavanaugh stop drinking beer as long as he's on the Supreme Court. Hi, Greta. Nice to see you. Teresa Cole, hello. Okay. So Cy Vance has said that he's going to indict Trump. Okay. GM Day. Oh dear. Yeah, he should have been gone 3 years ago, but, you know. I'm going to take a bit of a geographical diversion now. So, back down to here, Australia. Victoria is out of control with regard to the virus. And, you know, they're trying their best. Trying their best. I offer up things every day that I'm in Western Australia. Where we have had no new cases in, well, maybe the odd one here or there, but they've always been from external sources. I have family in Melbourne. I have family in New South Wales. I have family in Queensland. Queensland's going okay. New South Wales is holding their own. Melbourne, Victoria, of course, is, yeah. So I'm going to have a look at how the next August, September, October, the next 2.5 months is going to go with coronavirus in Australia. So I have friends in Queensland as well. Oh, I just got the heaviest feeling in my heart, the heaviest physical pressing on me. It's looking for we're looking at using all of our resources to help cope with this. I heard today on the news that 65 West Australian nurses have volunteered to go over to Victoria and help for 6 weeks. So they're going to go over there and help. Sharing of resources in that way, working together. Groups are working together. People are working together to try and find things. People have to take responsibility for their own actions. We've heard stories time and time again lately of people lying to get across the borders because we have hard borders in place, and then lying and then going out. And the last 2 lots of people who've done that they're being charged, and they could face up to 5 years in jail for lying and then going out in public when they should be locked down. People have to be held accountable. And this is what, in Queensland, they're really, really cracking down on it in Queensland. This is where the people who are in deep trouble are. So they're being held accountable, and that's got to happen. People are going to be held accountable. There's going to be some accomplishments. Now, that's on top of the Ace of Wands. So that's good. There's going to be some things accomplished here with moving forward. On top of the group work, more investigations. But they're maybe being a little bit, I think this is people working on vaccines, they may be getting a little bit ahead of themselves. And announcing things that they can't really prove yet. Your ship's coming in. Ships are going to come in. Yeah, if it's going to get more and more. If you don't do the right thing and isolate, you're gonna reap what you sow from that. But also there's the case of our ships are going to come in that. More investigations. But there's manipulation. I still get this, to me, when I look at this, I get flying by the seat of your pants. Strategy, but people, yeah. People think we're very lucky here, and yes, we are. But we're still losing people. We're still losing people every day as well. Not in the numbers that you are in America and other countries. Yes, that's true. But the numbers shouldn't matter. It's each life lost matters, and the stresses it's putting on the country, the stresses it's putting on families, the stresses it's putting on. We feel the stresses here in Western Australia in a different way, in that we're like, we know how lucky we are. We know how lucky we are to still be able to go out and go to centres and all that, but we're still scared that this thing's going to come and swamp us. I feel I'm a little bit too close to read on this. If somebody has got their cards out and they'd like to throw a few cards on the next 2.5 months, say to the end of October with coronavirus in Australia, please feel free to do so. Yeah. I know a few of you do have cards and you do throw them and stuff, whether it's Lenormand or whatever. I just feel like they're going to start fudging things. I don't know. I'm from Australia, Zelda. Larry girl. I'm in Australia. So just as a whole country. I'm going to do a different reading. It's still Australia-based. The old people facilities, the aged care facilities and everything. This is just showing up even more. There needs to be a review. I'm going to ask, is there going to be a review of aged care facilities in Australia in the wake of this virus? I'll have a look at Putin. Yeah, I'll have a look at Putin, Dawn. Will he be toppled? Yeah, lots of unrest. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Larry girl. Okay, will there be a review of aged care facilities in Australia in the wake of coronavirus? A lot of our deaths are still happening in the people from aged care facilities. So we're having quite a lot of younger people between 19 and 29. Okay. High Priestess. Bottom of the deck. Page of coins, 8 of coins, 6 of cups, 5 of coins, 6 of coins. Yeah. What do you feel that says? Uncover the news. The Victoria. Working to an agenda. They've got their good minds on it with the Page of Coins, 8 of Coins, looking at details, 6 of Cups, but they're going back and reviewing what they've done, 5 of Coins, but it's still out in the cold, and 6 of Coins, still a lot of sharing. There's still people getting out. Reversed, Page of Coins reversed. Yes. Yeah, loss of, yeah. Okay. Review of aged care facilities in Australia. Thank you, Uncover the News. Review of aged care facilities in Australia. Will there be one? Page of Wands, oration on actions. I think there's going to be a lot of whistleblowers come out. Yes, they're going to illuminate. We've got the sun. They're going to illuminate. Partnerships. Queen of Wands. Loss of life. That's the first thing that popped into my mind. Illumination on the loss of life. They're going to stand their ground. They're not going to... Manipulation. Yeah, there's going to be a review. The partnerships that are formed between companies, they're going to be looking at that. They're going to be looking at how things have been manipulated, how people who should be warm, caring and stuff, they're manipulating things. People are not, they're going into these things and they're not getting what they were promised, and they just end up giving up all hope in the end. and the carers, there's a lot of apathy. There's going to be a lot of judgments. Will some people go to jail? Yeah, I think some people are going to go to jail as well. I'm just thanking everything I can that my grandmothers are no longer, that they died several years ago and are no longer in the homes they were in. And that most of my elderly relatives are in their own homes, or, you know, with being helped by other relatives, you know, living with other relatives and all that, and aren't in those places. Yes, there's going to be a review of aged care facilities in Australia in the wake of this, because Mary Smart, hello. Crazy Cat Lady Farley, hello. Anyway, Putin, unrest. Let's have a look at what is going on with Pooty Poot Poot Poot. Pooty Poot Poot. Oh, get the tarot out, hey? So, is Putin in danger from the unrest in his country? I've shifted a whole heap of cards from here over to there on the bookshelf that I got out of my husband's room when we put he bought a new set of shelves for himself, so it's good. So that's happening with Putin. Is he in danger from the unrest? Because there's been a lot of unrest, hasn't there? A lot of protests, a lot of action. Is Putin in danger from the civil unrest in his country? There's a lot of chaos coming up in Russia, a lot more than even now. High Priestess. This is somebody's agenda. He's got his own agenda, but what's his challenge is to deal with people who are speaking out, especially young people. This is the Page of Wands, the origin, young people speaking about actions. His challenge is dealing with them. Three of Wands, the base of the reading is the Three of Wands. Ships coming home, chickens coming home to roost. Reap what you sow. His past actions, how they're handling things. His past actions, King of Cups. I'm getting his emotions, his actions have led to emotions running so high that they're out of control. So it really should be reversed, but, you know, but again, it's not, if you don't use reversals, then you're looking at the context of what's happening in an area and the cards around it. Yeah, the the young people are really upset, and his past actions have resulted in that. What's going on with him at the present? Oh, he's feeling a bit hemmed in. He's feeling a bit trapped. That's interesting. He's feeling a bit trapped at present. 8 of Swords there. His immediate future, the Emperor. He's going to be striving to keep order. He's going to have to be working really hard to keep order and to keep order in his country, and stability. That's what's going to take up a lot of his time in the immediate future. In his environment, Queen of Cups, and it's reversed. So overflow. This is in his environment. Overflowing of emotion, out of control emotions, just instability. In fact, he might be having. This is in his immediate environment, so he might be having a few stability and emotional problems at the moment too. I think he's maybe finding it hard to maintain control of his emotions. I'm going to have a look at that in a bit more detail in a bit. What do other people see? They're seeing someone whose efforts at manipulation are just not working. This is the Two of Pentacles. So they're seeing someone who is his efforts to manipulate the people and to keep control on them and to make them see what he wants them to see and feel what he wants them to, they're failing. What are his hopes and fears? His hopes are 7 of Cups. He hopes to be able to continue gaslighting the people in his country, but he fears that it's not working anymore. What's his outcome? 6 of Cups. I keep getting childlike state. Memory loss. I don't think he's well. I keep thinking childlike state. I don't think he's well. Let's have a look at this. Abuse of power. 5 of Swords. Let's have a look at this Queen of. I think there's someone starting to take a bit of advantage of Putin. Putin's not young. He's not a young person. Burden. 10 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. He's emotionally, he's battling emotionally, and he's feeling isolated. Is there something physically? Queen of Cups to me is also a indicator that medication may be required. Childlike state, the Magician. watch what's happening here. I'm going to try and divert attention away from it. I wonder if he's had a stroke. Justice. People are walking away from him. Despite his abuse, he's still hanging in there, but people are walking away from him. And they're feeling justified to do so. Yeah, people are walking away from him. He's losing support. I haven't seen much of him on the world stage recently. Has anyone seen any? I'm wondering if I actually got a picture of him huddled up in a cabin away from the world. An old man living away from the world. 5 of Swords again. People turning their backs on him. And his abuse of power. He's hanging in there. I don't think it's going to be people who take him down in the end. I think it's going to be his own health. I just see him in a chair, stroke. Sudden, when I saw this card, the word stroke went through my head too. So, you know, childlike state, memory loss. I think maybe he's yeah, the childlike state is his outcome. He's hanging in there at the moment, but his health is really, really bad. And people walking away from him. And his abuse of power. I don't think it's going to be the people who bring him down. I think he might have a stroke or something. But him being out of power then probably open up a whole new, yeah, that doesn't really make much difference. Age when it comes to strokes and stuff. People can have strokes when they're quite young. He is only 67, but people's health can break down, especially people who don't look after themselves as they should. I'm only 53 and I'm pretty sure my doctor would say, God, you've got the body of an 80-year-old. You've got all the, and I know I have all the health risks of someone like 20 years older than me because I haven't looked after myself, and that has to change. So, yeah. So it is all very interesting. I think it's going to be health that's going to, and then people are going to force him out because of his health. He's going to end up in a childlike state. That's all I can think. I don't know. I think stroke. Oh, yeah, how did people go with Sarah and Isaiah? I saw that. Thank you, Dawn. I saw that it went up into the area and then it went inland and continued up as a rain system. So, Yeah, there's only 7 years difference between the two. And if you've been living high on the hog for a long time, let's look at it this way. Putin might like to put out that he's healthy and all that and show off his muscles or whatever that is. But there's, you know, ill health can get you in a lot of ways. And I think stroke. I don't know. Has Putin ever done steroids? Let's have a look. No, I don't think so. Gonna have to rest soon. Whatever this is hidden. It's not something he's really aware of. You know what? He might have an aneurysm or something. Or blood clot. Yeah, it's gonna bring him down. It's his health that's gonna bring him down. As long as, and once he's gone, that's when people power is going to step in, and they're going to demand what was promised to them with Gorbachev and Glasnost and everything, which Putin and Yeltsin between them pretty quickly put to bed. A lot of those people of that era are now dying. They're old men. Yeah. Will Trump have a health episode? Temperance, Six of Wands. Yeah, sounds like it, but he's going to hold his own. Seven of Wands reversed. Yeah, yes, he is, but he's not going to listen to people. Yeah, he's not going to listen to people. And he's going to be scared. He's going to be scared for his health. It's going to scare him. That's odd to look at someone who's younger than you as a father figure, isn't it? Okay. Will the GOP, I read a comment from earlier, will the GOP put Trump Jr. or Ivanka forward for 2024? So let's have a look. We'll do Trump Jr. first. John Jr., 2024, presidential candidate for 2024. I just get this picture of little round beings, like little rolling on the floor laughing. My mum had a t-shirt that had these little jelly bean people on it, and it had a slogan on it. But anyway, the pictures, it was a funny slogan, and the picture of all these little jelly bean people, they were all curled up and they were laughing their head off. And I just saw a picture of that t-shirt, and yeah. And the slogan was, "You want it when," which obviously, you know, but it's like Trump and Ivanka, Trump Jr. and Ivanka, they want the nomination for 2024. They want it when? It was like, yeah. Trump Jr., disappointment and heartbreak for him. Investigations. No, it's going to be tempered down. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. 5 of Cups on the bottom for Trump Jr. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Poor old Junior. He's going to be disappointed. He's going to put himself forward because he thinks he has a right to, even though he's served no public office. He thinks, well, I'm part of a dynastic and all that. We're like the Kennedys. I think they really think they're like the Kennedys without the public service or anything. Yeah, they might be like the Kennedys, but Joe Kennedy wasn't the nicest of people in that way. But they don't have the public service behind them. They don't have the history of the family history of public service to do things, you know. If someone like Joe Kennedy put their hand up and all that, yes, the service history, you know, not Trump Jr. Let's have a look at Ivanka. Ivanka 2024. Yeah, there's going to be too many investigations. It's going to be like, oh, that's pretty much not going to happen. Knight of Swords. Again, investigations coming up again. King of Pentacles into family money. Yeah. Group work. She's talking about it, but dirty money. Yeah. No, it's not going to happen. Neither of them are going to be put up. In fact, I think that I'm going to ask, are the GOP going to turn their backs completely on the Trump family? Junior's face and voice make you want to spew. Becca from House of Lenormand. I don't know if you're still watching Becca, but I think she calls him vomit face. Or somebody calls him vomit face. So Lena Rodriguez, love Lena Rodriguez. Don't know if you ever watch Lena, but if you do, hello, absolutely love and adore you. You're a hoot. My husband will even watch you occasionally, or stand and watch a few minutes of you. She said something interesting about Melania yesterday. Caligula's wife was called Melania. So, oh, you don't call him vomit face? Who does? Somebody calls him vomit face. No, Becca says no, she doesn't call him vomit face. Somebody does. Somebody does. Anyway, he's a dick either way. Anyway, are the GOP going to completely turn their backs on the Trump family? They're moving on. 6 of Cups Who? Memory loss. Memory loss. Who? Yep. Staying in ignorance. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're definitely going to completely turn their backs on the Trump family. It's gonna, you know what? It's gonna drive me nuts until I remember who calls him vomit face. It really is. It's gonna drive me nuts until I remember who it is. Why is she redoing the rose garden? I think she should be told, no, you can't. You can't. It's too close to the election. Got about half an hour left. Anybody got someone they'd like me to read on? I'm open to suggestions, as long as it's not on children. I won't read children, like specific children. Floppy arm. What's floppy arm? I know my arms are floppy. Poor Trump create his own party. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, Clive Farmer did over here. Pete Buttigieg, Pete, Mayor Pete. Have a look at him. Yeah. Kirsten Langston. That's who does that. Thank you, Wendy M. I will happily read on Mayor Pete. But first, let's have a look at will Trump create his own party? Getting pretty. He certainly thinks he can. He's investigating the possibilities. Waiting for his ships to come in and looking to gather resources to do it. Yeah, I think he might try. He might try. But we've got the sun, but too much is going to come out, I think. I don't know that it magician. Now you see it, now you don't. Flash in the pan. He's not going to be able to raise enough resources or get the people on board to do it, because he'll be king and the hermit. Knight of Pentacles. Look, he might try, but if he does, it's going to be a flash in the pan and go nowhere very quickly. Yeah. Kanye West. Oh dear. I think the thing that Kanye West is going to achieve is getting people on the electoral roll who register to vote, who otherwise wouldn't have. And as for the risk of him taking votes away from the Democrats, I don't think so. Oops, I just dropped some cards on the floor here. I'll just pick them up. Like I said, there are going to be people who registered to vote who otherwise wouldn't have, and that's always a good thing. As for whether or not they'll take votes away from the Democrats, I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, no, Kanye is, I wouldn't say he's a genius. That doesn't mean he's stupid or anything. I think he's probably a very smart person. A lot of people with smart and manipulative, a lot of people, look, he's got a diagnosed mental illness. It doesn't mean he's stupid. A lot of people with things like bipolar are very, very smart. They can be very manipulative, read people very well, but they're uncontrolled, you know. His thing is, you know, he's not going to do much harm in running for president. Okay. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd say he's more likely to take people from Trump. So, did you read on the post office? I did do a read on the post office a week or so ago, but I can do another one, Bismo. So let's have a look at what's happening with the post office, with the US Postal Service. People are feeling a bit abandoned at the moment, or like being abandoned. I'll shuffle some more. Interesting that came up. Like, oh, I think, yeah, I think I get that now, what that 8 meant, that 8 of Cups. Trump's hoping that people will turn away from postal voting with his manipulations. So, yeah, shuffle a little bit more with the post office. Experience will help the situation. They're very, very experienced, and they will put all their experience towards prioritizing votes. I mean, yeah, they're very experienced, so they'll do what they can. The world, success, they're going to succeed in what they want to do. Sharing, 6 of Pentacles, sharing of property, power, Six of Swords, transition, movement towards. Four of Wands, muted celebration. Change. That's the Death card. Death card is change. Ace of Wands. New ideas. They're really working hard. The Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Cups. They don't care who's in charge, and they don't care what this person is, DeGeneres is trying to do. I get the whole feeling from the moon and all that is that they're working underneath people who are doing the day-to-day running of things. They're working and keeping quiet about how they're working. The moon, to make sure things go forward as they should. The Wheel of Fortune. They're working under the secret to make sure that things go forward as they should. Got the Death card here on top of the shed, on top of the... So there changes, which is changes. Yeah, families, Americans. Sharing their resources. They're going to be part of the change to get rid of the false knight. Look, I think that they're going to come through this. Yes, DeGeneres is implementing policies to try and slow things down, but for every policy that he introduces, for every change that he introduces, they're working below the surface to make sure it does not slow down the wheels and that things keep going. So US Postal Service will win the day. And of course, when the new administration comes in, yeah, things will be better. Rocking individual. That is, of course, 6 months in a leaky boat by Split Ends. And anyone from New Zealand will know Split Ends, wonderful group. Yes, Australians often try and appropriate the wonderful Finn brothers and Split Ends, and several members of Split Ends came together and formed the group Crowded House after Split Ends split up. They are one of New Zealand's, sorry, best exports, best ever exports, most wonderful group in the world. Absolutely loved them since I was a kid. I am a Split Ends girl. Congratulations, New Zealand, on producing two of the best musicians and songwriters the world has ever seen. There you go, in Tim and Neil Finn. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'd love to see a ban on nuclear stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just yawned at you all. Oh my God, I hope I haven't sent off a whole chain reaction of yawning. Ellen DeGeneres. Is Ellen DeGeneres leaving her show? Let's have a look. There's been a lot of scandal with that, not with her per se, but with the people behind the scenes. Oh, she's certainly feeling cornered. Eight of Pentacles, details. She's not going to get the next level. I mean, she's hyper famous and all that now, but she could even be more so. But that's not going to happen for her. Four of Swords, retreat. Yeah, Four of Cups, an offer she doesn't want. Yeah, I think her show's going to end. And she's going to look for new creative possibilities elsewhere, find a new balance with things. Maybe some more stuff is going to come out. The Emperor, down to it was her show. She was an executive producer. The buck's going to stop with her. Did she know stuff? She's going to try and create a new future for her and look at alternative things, but Ten of Pentacles, this is going to leave a nasty, it's going to be a nasty end to her legacy. Yeah. I think she's going to maybe do things a lot quieter in a different area. But yeah, I think her show's going to end because of all this. Yeah. She's the boss. She's the boss. The buck stops with her. If all this was going on her watch, she has to be answerable for it in some way. And it's no good saying, I didn't know about it. She may not have known about it. But is it why she didn't know about it? But I think it's going to come out that she did know something was wrong. Got too big for it. No, look, I'm sorry. She's the boss. I do think she knew the stuff was going on. That, you know, some people, I think she got to a point where it's easier to turn a blind eye than to clear house. Okay, let's have a look. What else do you want me to look at? Oh, Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete. Let's have a look at what's happening with Mayor Pete. I'll give these cards a bit of a cleanse. Mayor Pete, what's happening with Mayor Pete? I'm going to take the ears off, putting a little bit of pressure at the back of my head there. So. Has there been a positive shift in human consciousness? I will have a look at that. In fact, I'll use some oracle cards for that. So I'll wrap up with that. Positive shift in human consciousness. Okay. First, we'll have a look at Mayor Pete. Let's have a look at Mayor Pete. I haven't heard much from him. At least I haven't really been scanning the news as much as I used to. So let's have a look at what's happening with Mayor Pete Buttigieg. I think I just heard he will have a role in the administration. Hello, Melissa Pete. No, I didn't do Pete already. No, I haven't. I haven't done Pete for a while, Melissa. So thank you for that. Now, I wrote his name down, but I hadn't done it yet. So, Mayor Pete. Yeah, I just got through my. He will have a role in the administration. Thank you. Universal Spirit. Thank you. His ships are going to come in. His ships are going to come in, and good, in a good way. It's not the chickens turning to emus way. He's an orator. He is a wonderful orator. Convey actions. Maintain emotional. I'm wondering if he's going to be chief of staff. I think he would make an awesome chief of staff. You know, it's one who speaks about others' actions, maintains emotional stability, carries a burden, but with a strong back. Works to get other people's agendas done. I'm wondering if he's going to end up as chief of staff. 6 of Pentacles, sharing resources, definitely something in the administration. Lovers, partnerships, working with others to help with the burden. Support, a very strong supportive role, and that he has a lot of strength to do and help implement plans and helps to make decisions. Yeah, I just think chief of staff, that's strong, calm, stable, able to carry the burden of responsibility with a strong back, military, so he understands how to carry out agendas. It's good at sharing the weight and the load, so good at what's the word? When you divvy out responsibility, will work in partnership with his president and provide support, very strong support to help carry out plans. How about we wait and see? Will he be, who's racist? I don't think he's racist. I think if he got rid of somebody, he would have had a good delegating responsibilities. Yeah. I think if he got rid of somebody, it would be for a good reason, not because they're black. The Situtsi. I have no idea what that is. But anyway, I think that he could end up, Mayor Pete could end up as chief of staff. I think he'd make an awesome chief of staff. Anyway, I'm going to get a deck of oracle cards. Excuse me for a minute. the question was, has we as humans Yes, that's the one. Has there been a positive shift in human consciousness with COVID-19? Thank you very much, Larry Girl, for repeating that question. Get the book out. I'm using the Quantum Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay, I'll get the book out on this. Firstly, I look at what I instinctively get by looking at the picture and any words on the cards, and then I'll go to the books as well. So I'm going to draw 5 cards, I think. Are we now more than me mentally? Yes. Okay. The words that went through my mind is that we're able to still retain the me part, the me, but we're able to tap into the we a lot easier, if that makes sense. That's what went through my mind, is that we're able to tap into the more collective part so that it's not all about the individual when we need to. You need to look after yourself, but you need to be aware of others as well. And it's easier for us to do that now. But yeah, that's what went through my mind. So stuck energy and energy. Consciousness, optimism. Intention, taking steps. Events, commitment. Events, conflict. Okay. So the first card, and I'm going to do my impressions first, and then I'll go back and use the book. Energy, the energy card, and stuck energy. This person is stuck, they're bogged down. There's a rainbow above them, but they're not looking at that at the moment. They're just feeling pretty sorry for themselves. And this is where we have been at for quite a long time. Even before Trump came in, we've been bogged down by affairs, you know, trying to get what we want, but not being able to get there, and this vicious cycle of being so caught up in our own individual misery that we haven't been able to see what's shining above us and the light that's been shining there. Okay. Consciousness, optimism. Now, this is the second card, and this is saying that we are, to me, this person is standing there, they're facing the open vista, you know, and it's shaded behind them. They're standing there looking out into a new day, and they open their arms, opening their consciousness, and they're finding light and so many different options for exploration and they're optimists. They're optimistic about what they're going to find out there when they venture out. So we're being kept at home, but when we can eventually venture out, we're going to be more optimistic about what we find out there, because a lot of things have been stilled. So it's going to be a different outlook. We're not being able to see the rainbow above us. We're going from not being able to see the rainbow above us to being optimistic about the world we're going to step into after all this is finished, after this COVID thing has finished. We've already seen some positive things with environmental changes due to less cars, less planes, less boats, all that sort of stuff. People staying home and yeah, it's like the day the Earth stood still, and the Earth is having time to reset in a bit. Now, the next one is 4. It's intention, taking steps. So we are, a lot of us are looking at our previous intentions and taking steps towards new and better intentions with our future. A lot of us are looking back and saying, you know, we could have done this, I could have done this better, and I could have done that better. And hey, I found I like working at home. I get to see more of my family, my work-life balance is better, and I intend to keep this going, and they're taking steps. Those sorts of things that people are finding the advantages of the situation that they are in. A lot of people, not for some people, there's no advantages, but for a lot there are, and they're taking steps to ensure that they can keep this new balance going. They might still go into the office a couple of days a week, but they'll work more from home, or new micro businesses, new maybe micro farms, things like that happening. So they're taking steps because they've discovered while they've been home a whole new way to do things for themselves, and that their intention is to move forward with that. So they're taking steps to do that. Next card is it's an events card, and it's commitment. They're writing down. A lot of people have used this event, and they've determined they've committed themselves to a new way of life, but they're writing down, or this person is making this commitment happily, openly, with faith, and you know, they're making new contracts. We're making new contracts with ourselves on how we want to live our lives. This word, I had to have a look, and it's got contract. We are making new contracts with ourselves about how we want to live our lives. And the last one is events, it's conflicts. We also realise that things aren't always going to go smoothly. We are going to still have to battle the waves to avoid being battered up on some rocks by other people's agendas, our own actions, misplaced loyalties. We're not as willing to turn our back on those conflicts and just ignore them and pretend they don't exist anymore and hope they go away. We're more open to turning around and battling them and getting ourselves through those rocky waters and playing our part, rather than just sitting there holding ourselves up and waiting until everybody else has dealt with it so we can come out. No, we're more willing to step up and deal with that. That's what I got from looking at the cards here. Okay, now I'm just going to go into a quick read from the books for each one. So we've got energy. Energy 8. Going nowhere. Take a moment to notice the rainbow and the orbs behind the man. These represent the power of your own spirit, and the message here is a life lesson from your soul. It's time to know what you have the power, that you do have the power to resolve the seemingly unresolvable situation. Okay? Meditate on your strength. So we're starting to wake up to our own power to resolve situations. Okay, so that's that stuck energy. Okay. Now we're looking at optimism, which is consciousness number one. A bright future. Your reality is shifting in a much more positive direction. May not seem like that, but it is. Okay. New developments in money, romance, career. Manifest as personal, or it could manifest as personal accomplishments or creative success. I've heard time and time of people starting their own little businesses from home. Old blocks are falling away and you are choosing to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You've finally determined to raise your consciousness to a more positive outlook. Okay, this reveals a much more beneficial mindset than you may have had in the past. So this is the stuck mindset of the past. This is the more beneficial mindset that you're developing now. Okay, so we're up to intention and taking steps. Moving forward. Identify the specific task necessary to accomplish your desires. You may have been on this journey for some time, but you're ready to consider a wider perspective and try a new approach. Take stock of where you are, how you got there, and which direction you want to go next. Your move forward may concern something personal or even mental changes. It could also be moving forward to a new job and created endeavor or business venture. There's an inner energy at work here. You're preparing to take steps into the unknown. We don't know what sort of world we're going to come out onto on the other side of after this virus. Okay, so events. Now we'll look at the last two events. Okay, commitment, a promise, a promise. Foretells a commitment on the horizon. Signify a good resolution. You still need to do your research and get a clear understanding of your part in this commitment. Investigate what's expected of you and what you can expect of anyone else involved. Being well informed will help new endeavours go smoothly. Okay, and conflict, unrest. I think this is looking towards the future a bit. You're lost in a sea in the middle of a storm you can't control, and high emotions are tossing you around. You may have to step outside of the maelstrom to reclaim tranquility in your life. Some of the unrest could be with yourself, and you are making a situation worse through attitude of fear and powerlessness. You must stand in your power and take steps to create a calmer approach. Express what you need to express. Make decisions that honour you and consciously create some joy in each and every day. So these are the steps that we've been taking. So overall, yeah, I do think we're moving into a higher state of consciousness on how to deal with other people and how to deal with the vents. There's also some element of taking control, you know, and stop relying on other people to take you through the crisis. Okay. So anyway, my darlings, I'm going to wrap up for today. I hope that you got something out of that. I thought it was very interesting, that last reading. They're great cards. If you want them, they're the Quantum Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. And yeah. So anyway, Melissa Miller, Crazy Cat Lady, Zenless Serenity, hi, bye. Deborah Costro, hi. I am wrapping up now. So everyone, please take care of yourselves and those around you, and let yourself be taken care of as well. Okay, so love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.